Yo, what is up everyone, it's Mars here, and in this video I'm just going to be breaking down the two trades I sent into the Discord there a few days back. I sent in two potential sell zones, both played out pretty well, and I capitalised on both trades and came out with a nice, I think it would have been 20 or between the both trades. So I'm just going to be breaking down my thought process, why I chose these zones, why I didn't buy in a a lower time frame bullish market, and why I chose these zones. So yeah, without me waffling on, I'll break it down. So these would have been the two trades here. Now just before we get into it, I didn't hold this trade down as far as, I didn't capitalize on the 39.6 or I closed somewhere just below this or here. Oh sorry, just below this wick here. So just to let everyone know that I don't want to be giving false hopes and stuff like that. So we go to the 4 hour and we will replay it back to, no, we won't replay it back yet, right? So the overall market is bearish. Obviously I marked out some potential trend lines, just to keep the visual representation nice and neat. So here we would have had a double bottom, however price broke down. What caused this breakdown? Well, we had this little order block here, which I've marked out on the 1 hour, I think it is. So I had this order block here, shot down, created some imbalance, right? Now because this created imbalance, price came and stopped here, developed sort of bullish momentum. A lot of traders, SMC traders, would have taking this opportunity for longs. They would have seen the imbalance up here. They would have been like, shit, look at all this imbalance, this needs to be corrected, this is a great opportunity to go long to at least 50%. And that's what a lot of people did. I'm in a lot of group chats and a lot of people did that. However, I didn't, because I just seen the bearish momentum. I've seen previous bullish momentum. It was bullish for quite some time. So it wouldn't have made sense for it to go back up. Now it might go back up, hit off this zone or this zone, but just for now I don't think it will, right? So we go to the 15 minute and we'll come to here, right? So I'm just gonna hide this. It's my first commentary by the way, so I don't really know what to do. But anyways, right? So if I go to the 15 minute, here we have some, we consider this a lower low, right? So lower low, price came down, wicked it, didn't break whatsoever. We had this sort of downfall with a break of structure. Now, why did I choose this order block here and not this order block? Well, it's quite simple. This order block is way too big. The bearish momentum breaking a structure, it didn't satisfy me. It wasn't engulfing, it wasn't much momentum behind it. When we came to this little area, we seen price had a little rejection. This shows to me that this here would be a valid order block, because look at the momentum straight after. We have 3 full engulfing candles, right? So I marked out this zone as a potential interest as my POI, and I waited. I wanted to see what price continued to did. Oh, English is horrible there. I wanted to see what price continued to do. So we've had more engulfing bearish momentum candles here, breaking another piece of structure. So this to me, price not going up anytime soon, right? So I marked this out, and these breakage structures and fucking these POIs, I marked them all out in the 15 minute. You don't need the 30 seconds, 15 seconds or anything whatsoever like that. So we got to here. I'll just play it, put the speed up a bit, right? So we've had essential equal lows, right? Equal lows straight away. This is in the form of liquidity, right? People will be looking, especially on a higher time frame, it's more valid. People will be looking for double bottom reversals and stuff like that, right? So we didn't actually break structure here, so mark that little X there. Price came up, had a nice reaction, right? Now keep in mind, a lot of people would be looking for sells here. Now I didn't mark this zone out. Why? Because it didn't break any sort of structure. Yes, it had bearish momentum, didn't break any sort of structure whatsoever, right? So now it very well could be an order block. I'm not saying it's not, but it's not like, it doesn't clarify to me that it's an order block, right? So price came up, broke through, as I said, broke through, came up, came into our zone, right? Now for me, I wouldn't enter here, right? And here's why. Because I like to have this sort of idea that in a zone that I think, you know, that's not a very obvious order block, I like to enter in the 50% mitigation zone. So because this, yes, it's in a bearish momentum or bearish downtrend, it's a risk entry for me, right? So I would rather have much less, less risk, less stop loss, and just safer entry on the 50%. So I didn't enter just here. I know a lot of people would, which is perfectly fine. But so anyway, price came down, shot up here, right? So we didn't have any sort of breaking structure here, but we did here. However, it's only a minor break structure, substructure. Wouldn't clarify that as a break of structure. Here, bam. What happens here? Well, here we've had this massive engulfing handle, right? Imbalance to the max, okay? Broke this structure. Oops. We broke this structure, yeah. We also broke this structure. And we also broke this structure here. So straight away I'm looking for sales. When price gonna come up, bam, looking for sales. Now I also know that price could mitigate this zone. However, I'm looking for short-term sales here, right? So what we do is we mark out our, we go down. I don't know if the 1 minute will go back this far. I don't want the chart to reset on me. So we'll go with the 3 minute, right? So price comes up, has a little reaction. However, this is just filling the imbalance. Didn't mitigate off our zone, right, as of yet. So I do account for these wicks 100%. And I know a lot of people don't. I do. I just don't want to get stopped down trades too early. So bam, price came into our zone, right? Came into our zone. Now let's see where I've entered trade. Short position, right? So I entered the short position here. So I actually marked on a higher time frame and marked out these wicks. I can't remember why I did that, I won't lie, but I just counted for these wicks. So I entered here. I entered 1 minute. Oh, lovely. Yeah, so I entered here. Right. I counted for these, which is perfectly fine. Absolutely fine, people. You can do that. 1.8 pip stop loss for a 9.8 pip take profit. Now I don't think I entered exactly here. I think it would have been up a bit higher. I'm not too sure. I had an 8-hour return on this trade, so about here I entered, right? So what the price do? Price came up, mitigator zone perfectly, absolutely perfectly, right? Play it a bit. Within seconds, look at that reaction, straight down, bam. That's our first trade done, right? Now what do I have marked out here? Here I have a liquidity zone, right? Price is respecting this trend line. Now you would have only marked this once price came down after, collapsing on our first trade. So price came down, hit this, I'm gonna go bottom LQ, right? So that's our first trade done and dusted, bam, 8-hour, done. Delete this, delete this, delete this, keep the charts nice and clean. So what are we looking for now? Well, I wouldn't necessarily say we're looking for buys, okay? Just because of the fact, look at this bearish momentum, it's mad. So what we're doing now is we're sitting back, we're having a cup of tea, we're eating a popcorn, breakfast, whatever you're doing, I don't care. You're just waiting. You're simply just sitting down waiting. Go off and go to the shop or go to the gym, I don't know. Anyway, play. Bam, price straight away came up here. Now you could say price mitigated an order block here, which broke structure straight up here, you know, up in this zone where we have our sales on. But it's, yes, you can say that maybe on a higher time frame, but for me it's not valid, right? So here you could have an order block placed here, okay? Now I didn't mark this out because I wasn't looking for buys, but you could potentially on a lower time frame you could refine that down. And yeah, so I think once price came up here, I think we entered into our second trade on the short position. So it wasn't just quite yet, as I said, entered into the 50% mark. I think I'll refine this down to a 1 minute order block over here. I don't want to go back here and do it because I don't want my chart resetting, and I know it does that sometimes and it's a pain in the bollocks. So anyway, price came up. What do we have here? Straight away I'm looking at equal highs. You have standard retail trader, I'll be looking for sells here off the equal highs, looking at this as a resistance. Now what do we know? We know that that's all bullshit, right? We have resistance here. Straight away I'm looking for liquidity grabs, right? Plenty of money sitting up here. So it marked that out as an X top LQ. Right, so I would never ever look at this as an order block, even though it broke loads of structure. I just wouldn't. Okay, now obviously I'm saying as of now, maybe if I was here looking at time frame, yes, I clarify that as an order block. You would have capitalized on that movement, but right now where we are at this point in time, I wouldn't, because we have equal highs. So what we're doing is, I remember looking at this, I was like, this is going to break, we're going to grab liquidity, we're going to continue down, and that's exactly what price did. So we've had a wick spike and a liquidity grab right here. I entered on this here. I had my stop loss at I think it would have been 1.3 or 4 pips, and I let it ride. So I remember looking at this zone as a potentially break-even zone, which is, you know, a valid break-even. Once price here, you would have been looking at, you know, straight away 112 or, right? Which is, I think, what I broke out on. So we have this perfect liquidity grab. Price came down, reacted nicely. What we have here is another potential order block. So if you go down to 15 seconds, I'm sure you, or the 30 seconds, I'm sure you'll capitalize on an order block there, right? So price broke structure. These would be good for scaling trades. Now I'm not too sure if this will play out. I didn't enter into any scaling trades. So we're gonna let this play out a bit. Oh, right, so price came up, didn't necessarily hit the order block just yet. Bam, hit the order block. Could have went in for a second trade. Now, just so everyone knows, I did not enter this. I didn't enter into any scaling trades on this trade. So let's just say you put your take profit all the way down there. You could have entered here, straight down, another break of structure here, right? What caused this break of structure? Well, we had this order block here, straight here. So straight away we're looking for another scaling trade, right? Bam, ends on one there. Stop loss, I'd account for this wick, take profit down there 1 to 10, right? Now price doesn't come back to that zone, that's perfectly fine. Delete, move on. Now once price came to this area, I think I exited out the trade. I was happy enough. So we went with I got 1 to 12 hour on this one, or 1 to 13, I can't remember. So bam, that's how simple it is. I know SMC is very hard. It's a very hard method to grasp, but once you understand why, you know, there's no point in looking at charts and be like, oh, I'm gonna sell here, why? Because my mentor said, because that's his plan, that's how you trade, that's the strategy is once price hits an order block, it goes up. You need to understand why it goes up. You need to understand why it didn't react to the order block, why it's grabbing liquidity, you know, why the markets and price is moving the way it moves, right? Now, if I was a swing trader or a day trader, I'm not really, I'm sort of a more of a, I wouldn't say scalper, but an SMC trader, right? I would have set my target down here just because, you know, the retail ideology says that price reacts off trend lines. Even if it didn't, it could have broken through and blah blah blah, stuff like that, right? So we're in this trade now. Let's see how it goes. Oh Jesus, straight down. Beautiful. What caused the break of this structure? Well, here we have an order block on the 5 minute. Caused this break structure here. Had liquidity grab from the uptrend. Delete that. Gone. Liquidity grab here. Gone. Gone and gone. So this broke several structures. That's a 29R right there, boys. That's your fucking, that's your year done, basically, you know. So price broke up here. I wouldn't be looking for sells here just as of yet. I'll be waiting how price, you know, retraces or returns. So yeah, you would have entered into this trade. You would have taken a loss here if you had set it in. Stop loss 2 pips, targeting that low. You would have been stopped out by 1%, but who gives a shit, man? You're up 30% already, you know. So that's literally the breakdown of the trades I took. You know, you don't need any of this 15 seconds or 30 seconds. You know, this is just for, you don't need it. Like, I execute most of my trades in the 1 minute. You know, that's it. That's all you need. You need consistency, discipline, and most of all patience. Yeah, I won't be marking up my charts today. I'm gonna hit the gym and then chill out with my girl for the rest of the night. But I'll probably be marking up some trades tomorrow night just as the market's open, or Monday morning. See how I feel. But yeah, folks in the Discord, appreciate everyone from joining. I have a couple of 1,000 messages unread on Telegram. I won't be opening it any, I don't really use it. But yeah, thanks everyone that watched the video. I hope it helped. I'm sorry if I didn't explain anything very well. It's my first commentary, and yeah, be sure to join the Discord. It's absolutely free, no catch whatsoever. I post daily markups. Most of them play out, then you know the trades taken and stuff like that. So yeah, folks, thank you very much, and I will see ya.